Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and it's another edition of Smoke Like Mike. And what are we doing this afternoon? One of my favorites for the 4th of July, bacon crusted baby back ribs. And that's right, baby back ribs. And we're going to smoke them on our vertical smoker that we got from Sam's Club a few years ago. Going to be using some hickory and a little bit of apple chips, and we're also going to be using some of these local products that I'm going to focus on a little bit as we prep them. So without further ado, let's get to smoking. Okay, we're ready to prep the baby back ribs, and the first thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to use this local item from Divine Gourmet, the Chipotle Lager. It's a gourmet beer mustard, and we're going to put it on as a binder. We don't have to put very much of it on, just enough for the rub to stick. And so I'm just going to put a very conservative amount on here. And they've got a lot of flavored mustards down at Divine. Some of them are great, particularly the honey horseradish. So I'm going to get that there, get it on both sides. You can see I don't have to put a lot there because it doesn't take that much to bind this. So then probably shouldn't have the paper towel thing all the way over there. Anyway, that's funny. Then I'm going to put on this rub, and this is my favorite rub, and it's out of Sterling, Colorado, High Plains Company, and it's called Pig Tickle. And right now my hands are wet, so I can't open the doggone package. And there we go, got it. So here we go, we're going to put a little Pig Tickle on our baby back ribs, and we're just going to put that generously on both sides. We want to get the sides, get them all covered up. And some of you might be asking as you're watching this video, hey, you didn't pull the membrane. It was already pulled. I bought this from Tim at Butcher Block Meats AZ here in Chandler, Arizona, and he always pulls the membranes off for all his customers, so I don't have to worry about that, so thank you, Tim. And so we're going to get the top portion here, and get them all nice and covered. This Pig Tickle is great. It's a little peppery and has a little bit of a kick, but not too bad. And I've used it several times. In fact, this is about my 6th or 7th bag I bought from High Plains Spice Company out of Sterling, Colorado. So now we got them all dialed in, ready to go. And so let's take it out to the smoker. You ready? Okay, we're ready to put it on the smoker. This is a vertical smoker Pro Series from Smoke Hollow. My lovely wife Laura bought it for me, and we've had it for several years, and it's just done a great job. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this on the smoker. The door doesn't close on me. And that is going to be in the smoke. I'm going to come back in just a second because I got to put my bacon on and get that smoked as well. It's going to be smoking it today at about 275 to 300, and we'll do that for 2 hours. We'll be right back to put the bacon on. Thanks. Okay, so we just put the ribs out there on the smoker, and so now I'm going to get the bacon ready for the final part of this cook. But what we got to do is get the bacon in the smoker as well. And so what I'm doing right now is cutting this bacon. We're going to chop it up. And I've seen guys do this after it's cooked, but guess what? It's a lot easier to cut when it's cold than it is when it's super hot. And so I'm just going to cut these up into little bitty kind of pieces, and we're going to put them on the smoker probably for about 3 hours. It shouldn't get them too crispy, believe it or not. But we'll be checking them if it goes a little bit faster today, because I will tell you it's, you know, third week of June and it's about 105 degrees out here in Chandler, Arizona. So that smoker already, actually the smoker was 150 degrees before I even turned it on, just from the sun hitting it. So I'm gonna get this bacon in here in this pan, and we're gonna get it out of the smoker. And like I said, it should take about 3 hours. The overall cook for the ribs are 4, so then we have to put the bacon on them and the sauce, and then that is the last 30-45 minutes. Total time for these ribs are about 4.5 hours. So there we go. We're ready to put the bacon on the pit. Ready? Alrighty, ready to put the bacon in the smoker. And we'll just put it on top there. Put it in an aluminum pan so it doesn't, you know, just drip on the ribs. Even though that wouldn't be a bad idea. I've done that before and it hadn't turned out bad. But I'm gonna keep them separate today. And the temp's just about right. It's about 260 to 270. So we got 2 hours to come back to this, and then we'll go to the next step, which would be wrapping. Alrighty, it's been 2 hours on the smoker, and now it's ready to wrap. And look at the bark on this from that Pig Tickle. These ribs just look fantastic. I'm just gonna spritz them a little bit here, give them a little moisture. This is apple cider vinegar. That's it. It's not in the recipe, but you know I usually do it anyway with some pork. I'll put that away, and as you can see, I'm gonna wrap these in heavy-duty foil to get them tender. This will help break them down and get them just easy, peasy, wonderful, mouth-watering ribs. You just can't beat them. Okay. And there we go. That's it. And we're going to go back on the pit for a couple more hours. All right, so we put the ribs back out on the pit, and I went ahead and pulled the bacon. It made it out there for about 2 hours, but like I said, it's pretty hot today, and so I'm just going to go ahead and get the kind of the grease off this bacon. But I'm going to cool off these bacon chips and get them ready, because after 2 hours, these are gonna be right on top of those baby back ribs with a little sauce, and it's gonna be fantastic. But we want to get all that excess bacon fat off of there. But it's looking pretty good. Everything goes better with bacon. Yep. Okay. Okay, we just pulled the ribs off. They've been on a total of about 4 hours. And as you can see, they just look fantastic. The rib bones you can see are protruding. These are tender. So what I'm going to do now to make these bacon crusted ribs, I'm going to apply a favorite of mine. This is Ahssa Korean barbecue sauce made by a good friend of mine, Kay and Matt Weldon. And you can buy these sauces at Amazon, also at every local Walmart here in Phoenix, Arizona. I highly recommend them. They've got Korean barbecue, sweet and tangy, and I think a teriyaki. But anyway, that Kay sauce is awesome. You can get them on Amazon. So I'm going to take this sauce now and basically, you know, just brush this on. And what this is going to do is it's going to help kind of stick the bacon on, and then we'll put it back on the smoker for about probably 30 minutes, just so this sauce can kind of caramelize a little bit. And so there's the sauce. Then I'm going to put the bacon on, get some of that smoked bacon. And remember what Daddy always said, everything goes better with bacon. That is the gospel truth. Everybody knows it. It's not a myth, it's a fact. So we're gonna put as much bacon on this bad boy as we can handle. And ooh, doesn't that look good? Oh my gosh, oh goodness gracious me. The gods in the chief kingdom are going crazy. Right, now look, got a little bit more sauce there, got that bacon. We're just gonna drizzle it on there a little bit. And now, yeah, there we go. And let's do a little bit more there just for good luck. How about that? Yeah, there we go. And as you can see, I've put this on kind of a metal wire rack because it's just easier for me to handle. And so let's take it out to the smoker. Well, you can see the west sun is in my eyes here. I'm gonna put these ribs right back on the smoker for about 30 minutes just to caramelize that sauce and crisp up that lovely bacon. 30 minutes and the magic begins.
Action.
Okay, now we're ready for the finished product. These are my bacon crusted baby back ribs for 4th of July. I hope you look at the recipe that I'll post alongside this video, and there'll be links on the other items like the Ahssa sauce and the cigars and the other items. But let's cut into these and see if they're any good. Super tender. In fact, they just fall right off the bone. Now, I'm not a competition guy. I'm not Cosmo or Malcolm Reed. This isn't for presentation. This is for eating for normal folks. And so let me test this, see if it's any good. Man, that is freaking awesome. You get the taste of the sauce and bacon, and those ribs are tender. So let's recap what we did. We got a premium baby back rib from Butcher Block Meats AZ over in Chandler, Arizona. Tim took the membrane off. We put a little bit of Divine Gourmet's Chipotle Lager mustard for binder. Then we put on the High Plains Spice Company from Sterling, Colorado, Pig Tickle as our rub. And we put them in the smoker for 2 hours. After 2 hours, we pulled them, we wrapped them, and put them back in the smoker for about 2 more hours. At the same time, we put in a pan of some bacon, chopped up bacon, so it could get some smoke, which would have been about 2.5 hours. At the 4-hour mark, I pulled them. I knew the ribs were done because when I pulled them, they just bended, just like this. They were just so tender. And so I knew, so I pulled them back in here, and we put the Ahssa Korean barbecue sauce on at the very top, so it would kind of, you know, caramelize a little bit, and then the bacon on top. And then we put them back on for about, I'd say, 45 minutes to just finalize these ribs, and let me tell you, they are the bomb. Thank goodness. I tell you what, I'm so excited about these ribs, and I want to thank all the partners, whether it's Maduro Cigars, Divine Gourmet, Butcher Block Meats AZ over here in Chandler, Arizona. And I hope you enjoy these ribs because it'll be a great thing for 4th of July. See you next time on Smoke Like Mike.